Okay, welcome back. I'm Cappadocia. Welcome back to Rogue Trader. We're carrying on right where we left off, just outside the Governor's Palace. So, let's go find this mutant. Ooh, good. Eh. Service hall doesn't even want to look at me. Well, well, well. A hulking man dressed in uniform marking him out as an officer of the gubernatorial wardens. He's clearly monitoring his subordinates as they surround the building. As you approach, he whips his round, his face glowing pale, and the officer below. Please do not stray too close to the building. While the tertiary attack holds himself up in there, it could be dangerous. What's going on in here? Ready to report, your lordship. We conducted a sweep of the attack of the area after attack. All the assassins were arrested and neutralised except for one. Soon himself inside. He's already injured. Two wardens tried to catch him, but no way. We'll poison him and clear the decks. I want to talk to him. You sure? It's not exactly safe, your lordship. I want to stop this one without too much bother. As you wish, your lordship. Let's go in. When you approach, piss off. You won't take me alive. Better put a bullet through my brain than let the governor's dog put their hands on me. The door looks solid and formidable. You notice dark marks on the hinges. Sure sign the material is degraded. The lock doesn't hit you either. The suitable tool can easily be opened. Pick the lock. It can't be the rogue trader. You look. The young man, Patrick boy, falls on his knees and stretches out his bloody hand towards you. His clothes are burned on one side and grimed with baked in blood. Your lordship, have mercy. You're the sovereign of this planet. Only you have the power to save us. Youth is a time of recklessness. I heard that said more than once in the Scholar Prudentium during my novitiate. Youth is also a time of directness. Listen to this young man before we judge him. I agree with the sister here. Please don't become rebels, but people don't become rebels because everything in their lives is rosy. This kid's green as grass. It'd be a shame to kill him for nothing. Something is wrong with Janice, and I can feel it. Maybe you could shed some light. Save you from what? The Governor of Aya. Everyone here knows what she's doing to us. We've put up with it for a long time, hoping that somebody would intervene, but nobody ever did. She's turned the whole world into a slaughterhouse. People ran up like groks in the settlement, supposed to go to the palace, and they're never seen again. Her servants pour something over the fields, and the people lose their mind, starting voices and seeing evil spirits. While we're dying, she sits behind her white walls, feasting on our bones. I thought the peasants have a tendency to exaggerate their suffering due to sloth and weakness of spirit. This young man, vermilion thorns pierce every sentiment of his body, and grey shackle binds his hands and neck and feet. There are no lies in his words, only terror and desperation. People are seeing evil spirits. Yes, others are going feral, attacking their loved ones, and then there's people say that in some settlements, well, they've stopped upholding the law altogether. Imperial law and the law of basic decency. People are turning to the animals. Who's behind the rebellions? Your lordship, please don't ask me that. I'll cancel out my brethren. It's over for me, but the others, I won't betray them. There is no go into this warner's planet unless I get a handle on the situation. To do that, I need to meet with your leader. So long as you keep your word. I've never been to their base camp, none of us have. Only the chief saw one person from their base. He came a few times bringing weapons and orders. He said he represented a greater force than we could imagine, and that the governor's dogs will pay for their reprisals from the settlements. But that's not where they're hidden. They keep a distance from ordinary folk. We have it all worked out so that if anyone gets caught, the others aren't caught with them. I swiped the chief's fox. I thought after I killed the governor, I could use a message from to get up, come with me. I'll give you my word as road trader. You will live. Your lordship, thank you for that. I never thought I'd survive this. Escort this man to safety to permit say he is free to go, or this man is now under my protection, so CG safely under custody. His fate is decided by a fair trial. Deep respect to your lordship, it will be done. Go on, take him out. Woo! Thank God. I think we take that. And Chain weapon expert. Sounds nice. Well, actually, we do have a hammer on my back, don't I? Let's have a look. Yeah, I think we go with the chain weapon. Combat master. Yeah, we'll go with chain for the minute. Grand strategist. Go with that one. Kill zone. Take that one. We'll go for Prescience. And my new arch militant. There we go. Do we have anything in here worth nicking? Yeah. What? Come on, go pick that, Pascal. Goods over here. Good. Now back out we go. Boop. Right, back to my ship.
I always keep my options open.
Oh, loot. Excuse me. Try berries. His arms and face are covered in small boils that ooze cloudy pus even up. Oh, God.
Is there money to be made?
Just what I don't need, eh? Atlas Quint. Astute man wearing a cloak of the Adeptus Administratum is reviewing information as on a data slate. His quietly whirring mechanical arms fill a scroll with writing. Upon noticing, man stretches his thin lips into a smile that definitely bows. The light in the eyes of a server skull hovering over his right shoulder gently pulsate. Your lordship, what an honour to address you in person. Allow me to introduce myself. Attilus Quint, Prefectus of the Officio Agriculturale. I will preserve the record of this conversation forever. What do you know about the attack? Disgraceful incident, simply disgraceful. I cannot believe these scoundrels would dare to come so close to drag nobility into this as wealth. If they penetrated the estate, that means they had help from some worthless servant or another. Security is currently questioning survivors, but the culprit has not yet been found. What is happening on the planet? Alas, your lordship, the blames caused us too many problems in recent times. The rebels are interfering with established processes, interrupting supply, sabotaging service work. A few nobles have been killed, and worst of all, some of the victims occupied important administrative posts. Until their replacements pass their checks, complete all their induction forms, and go through the official appointment procedure, important paperwork is going unassigned. It's a bureaucratic catastrophe. The absence of a required signature is, of course, the most horrifying thing about this situation. Indeed, it is. Financial reports, logistics directives, waybills for food shipments. Without the signature of most respected and now deceased head of House Sakaris, shipment to his settlement Aegis 24 have been stopped. Their heirs are still dealing with the transfer of holdings, and incoming reports tell us that a quarter of the workings in the affected settlements have already died of starvation, while most of those remaining have left the perimeter and have not yet returned to their designated places. If things continue in this vein, I dare not imagine what it could lead to. There are worlds that have ravaged by war for generations. Generations, your lordship, like that deranged planet by the nameless star so close to our own peaceful system. The inhabitants there supposedly live under the patronage of road trader Winterscale. I shudder to think what he's created there. I would want to know the details, where the rubble struck and how. Oh, of course, I'll be delighted to furnish you with all the information I have. In the last few months, 15 organised attacks, 7 terrorist attacks have been perpetrated, immigration equipment has been sabotaged in agrarian sectors 3 to 5, transport routes 27, 413, and also, I suppose, let's not tell you much, please. With a gesture, he presses buttons on the datastate screen, and a 3-dimensional map of coordinates appear on your cogitator. The data is superbly collated, and the map clearly displays actions by the rebels. At first glance, seems to be no logic to the campaign, but after analysing the data and the features of the terrain, he noticed a clear system indicating a geographical pattern to their attacks. He's directed them anyone. Note the rebels are well armed and well trained. What's more, the governor's advisors are inclined to think the instigators of the rebellions are very familiar with the planet's terrain and climate. My ordinates are going through the registration records day and night looking for individuals who have completed military training, but so far have been unable to identify. Our security services are tracking those who support the rebels, and our regular wardens are wiping out the saboteurs without the slightest mercy, but they keep on appearing. My scribes have been run off their feet keeping records of all public hearings and executions, but I'm confident the governor will soon find a solution. That's enough for now. Of course, your lordship. Eurelet. To be honest, your lordship, I find the presence most distressing. Of course, I'd never gainsay the wisdom of the governor. Who is she not to be true worth to the person, even if that person is a mutant? Moreover, Eurelet's political abilities could be interesting. Study, for example, the Magus biologist, that elongated head shape, those eyes, judging by the skull that was sent to me on footfall. Such judgmental anomalies of Janus are not a quirk of nature, but some kind of inevitable trait. What skull are you talking about? A most remarkable item, I dare say. One moment. Here it is. I believe the unfinished piece was intended to be a gift to the governor, but under the current circumstances, I doubt I'll be able to send it to football anytime soon. Adequately preserved, it's a pity this empty inside. It could have become proper servo skull, herald for the rogue trader. Unorthodox. Remove it from our side. Yes, of course. What record of our conversation? Your lordship, I'm pleased to take and record every conversation with high-ranking personages, and afterwards I fill out even accompanying forms personally. Your words and judgments are in good hands. And of course, what great fortune it is to see for the very first time in all my service an emissary from the Navis nobility here in Janus. I humbly welcome this dear Cassia, Thesseia, Evelda, Lady Navigator of House Celio. Laudable foresight. I thank you. Moments such as the appearance of a rogue trader must be preserved for posterity. What are your duties? By the grace of the God Emperor, I oversee the administrative apparatus on the planet and serve as secretary. I'm also responsible for the logistics related to the supplying of the planets of the Von Valensius dynasty and time payment ties to the Imperial official collectors. When were the last shipments sent? Your lordship, our supply shipments are all in order. All 3 stars now it's ready for export, simply waiting you rather than the transport ships. However, given the current circumstances on the planet, Janus could not provide one trace more than what was already prepared. I'm certain the situation. When did the collector ships last come? I must confess I have not had the pleasure of filling out a sacred tithe protocol form as the last Imperial ships to come here did so under my predecessor. Come to think of it, that would have been several decades ago. I do hope the logisticians responsible for such an unforgivable oversight lose their heads for this. That's enough. I will take my leave. Return to the void ship. Let's go over this way. Otherworldly science reigns under the arch of the gazebo.
Regrettable news. This creature is not a mutant as the locals assumed, but a representative of the Eldari, one of the myriad enemies of humanity. You should not trust this creature. Do not communicate with it any longer than necessary.
There is no need to mutilate my language, monkey. I speak yours well enough to converse with Elantark without a translator. And since you have discerned my path, I will be direct in my speech. My soul is nothing kin to yours. Your kind call us Xenos, as if we are all as one. I came here to protect the Lilithon, by assisting the governor against her enemies. Will you hear me, or be blinded to sense by your precepts? I have banished the shadow of doubt from your thoughts regarding my nature. Now you will answer my question. Why have you sought me out?
So you're the governor's mysterious helper.
Elentark, my hand parried the death promised to the ruler of these people, and I aided you in battle against the last ones.
Why are you helping the governor?
This world is in distress. I wish to protect it from unnecessary suffering. Only that they threaten the established order. There is much risk to this world should the ruler die.
Yes, faces somebody will be detected straight attention to the voice, so she's tuning her words carefully.
There is a malevolence here that drives your kin down the path of violence.
Your answers are not very helpful.
But you are not asking for help, Elentark. You are merely asking questions, the answers to which are either unimportant or wreathed in shadow. Explore this place. Speak to those who know.
A simple task for you and an
Simple
insurmountable.
task for you, and an insurmountable challenge for me, since my very appearance provokes fear and suspicion. When you learn anything, tell me. Perhaps then my answers will be helpful to your search.
The rebel that survived talks about strange experiments being conducted on people of Janus. It's said that people aboard his dead never seen again. Do you know anything about that?
I witnessed prisoners being delivered to the rear doors under cover of darkness, but what became of them I know not. And it is not my concern what you humans do to your fellows.
Checking her soul stone. Examine the bodies of the rebels, say trace mutation. Is that typical?
This world was pure until your kind sullied it with its presence. The Lilithon does not possess such powers. Another force must be at play. Elentark, everything you have told me stirs doubt and alarm in my soul.
Aristocrats.
I always have a backup plan.
Done that. Good. Come on.
Let us know, Doro.
Draped in a red cloak, the Magos' body barely looks human. Wires, tubes, and metal manipulators turn him into a whimsical machine while implants hide his face behind a sinister mask. Text feeds immediately dictates something in techno-language to the servo skull floating next to him, but you're approaching Foresight and Officer of Reserve bow. Greetings, your lordship. Lex Mechanic Vinzelex. How may I serve you? Pascal and Vince exchange shorter binary greetings. A series of sounds issued by Vince sound much longer and more differential than those of Pascal. Fannis, can you tell me anything about the specimens? Your blessing for the examination, Magos. Creeping creeweed, a typical plant in the Western Hemisphere. We have studied the possibility of industrial cultivation, but the process was found to be inefficient due to the specific requirements of the soil, which is found in the right composition only in the archipelago of the planet. How are things for you and your fellows? The current situation on the planet is assessed as stable. The progress of the prospects is assessed as encouraging. How many servants are there on planet? According to my data stored in my cogitator, all infrastructure nodes for food harvesting and processing have their own conjugated technomass. The total number 253. Correction, based on this figure 211. What do you do here? By order of the Adeptus Mechanicus, I've been entrusted with the management of the Adeptus Administratum in order to catalogue aerodynamic data and analyse information about the planet during the process of subjugating it to the will of the Imperium. Be blessed, Techno Brother. Your diligence and the diligence of those like you turns anarchy to order and bestows clarification to knowledge. Tell me about Janus. This lies in the report. The planet soil possesses a unique composition suitable for the re-engineering of the planet and mass production of foodstuffs, significant cultivation in the Eastern Hemisphere with the aim of improving production processes and logistic operations, traces of xenoactivity that do not pose an immediate threat to the ongoing operation. Undesirable pathologies of flora and fauna have been noted, which may pose a threat in the short term. What? Genetic and chemical pathologies, your lordship. Harmless species mutate and become aggressive, while plants change their chemical composition and become poisonous. This is happening more and more often. If no action is taken, the ecosystem will be irreparably damaged. The change may be artificial. It's a possibility being considered that someone is manipulating the ecosystem. Not at all, venerable Magos. Our tech comrades from the Magos biologists are humble workers, not worries. They would have come up with the thought of such a militant nature. The mind must be open to all forms of knowledge. I order you to commence a check. In the event that your account of their indolence of their minds is confirmed, I will petition for the appropriate penance. Interesting. It is often what seems to be insignificant anomalies like that lead to greater troubles. How is the governor dealing with these? I've analysed the genome of the affected species, and I'm currently developing superior genes to make the planet's organisms resilient to pathology, but so far I've not been able to solve the problem. Further exploration of the planet will perhaps speed up the processes, but the administrative apparatus has imposed a ban on expeditions that are not directly aimed at improving production. Traces of xenoactivity? According to data obtained during the initial survey, ruined structures of non-human origin were noted in different sectors of the planet, but I did not have the administrative capacity to study them in more detail. For now, I must defer to the quest for knowledge. Let's talk about something else. We will speak later, as you wish.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Let's go back to the mansion and see if she'll talk to me anymore. Because you never know. I'll speak to the governor alone. You guys wait here for a minute. You neglected to mention strange changes. Magus Van Lex is a wise man, but his fixation on evolutionary process seemed a little extreme to me. Janus was heavily cultivated. Forests were cleared and mountains raised across half the planet. It's no surprise we're still noting consequences. It is possible plants mutation are connected to waste runoff and the harvesting equipment, and the change in wildlife behaviour be a reaction to expansion of cultivated area. Are you surprised by my knowledge of the topic? A whole planet dynasty is elected to tame in Janus, yet this plentiful yet stubborn planet, and every member of the Viet bloodline is versed in fundamental planetary engineering and its consequences. Rumours. I don't deny it. Some of our experiments exact a higher toll on the population than others. You see, one of the more notable families of Janus has taken on difficult tasks of enhancing the attributes of our workers. So far, it has involved introducing experimental supplements to their food and mental conditioning in monitored settlements. Sometimes procedures are disrupted as part of the population suffer side effects. A specialist of the Gravitz family would be better placed to inform you of this topic. Ancient ruins. I know to what you're referring. Strange structures of an unknown material. For the prevention of any unfortunate accidents, I ordered the area to be cleared out of bounds for all. Some things are better left under a thick layer of dirt, beyond the grasp of even the enlightened multi-adeptus mechanicus. So she's literally saying nothing. I don't
I always
trust her.
keep my options open.
There's something not right. Return to the void ship. Ellen Tuck. If you once sought my help, I am now seeking yours. The time has come to dispel the final shadows on our path. I have hidden the truth from you. I know a great deal about those who disown the peace of the local ruler, but I also know they are there hiding. Allow me to show you the way, on the condition that you bring me to them. I think the road treating these revelations right now, Xenos, assuming that you are not lying now as well. Why did you not say anything? No other path was open to me, but now paths are aligned, and my decision was motivated not by caprice but by reason, which compels me now to be honest with the person who can fix all of this. Everything you've discovered, everything you've learned from your kind, they're all traces of the same calamity, a calamity that will eclipse all the strife and wars of this world. All the signs were plain to see, but I was here, and the monkey failed to recognize the coming storm. Please, follow me. If one appears words dangerous, so be it. I will follow you. Let's go and talk. I'll play the gods if we're not too late. I think we leave her out and we take him. So now we have an Exodite warrior with us. 2 snipers. Useful. Okay, I'm over here. Let's level her up. She's an operative. Pretty good ballistic skill. Very good perception. Elusive shadow. Sounds about right.
Keep your wits about you.
I've never seen so many plants before. Not even in our arboretum. Oh, that flower there. I've read about it in one of the works by Janitor Canassian.
Your display of knowledge, atypical for it, person, would warrant approbation, were it not for the fact that Genitum Canassian was excommunicated approximately 3 centuries ago.
I'll make an example out of you.
I will take you down.
Ooh. Stop. Lower your weapons. Pascal, into cover. Tell you what. Get up there. Where are we? We're over here. Right, Pascal. If you wouldn't mind please getting up there. Take the Eldar with you. Hendrix, in cover there. Cassia, in cover there. Argenta next to her. And I'm going to take cover there. Move behind cover. Then shoot him in.
Let's get to it. Here we go.
They like using poison grenades around here, don't they? Argenta. Okay, if you can move up here, please. Nicely done.
Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it. Eradicated.
Hold on. Out my way.
These
See how good this Eldar is in a minute.
Deliver us. This tedium of another soul slips beyond the veil.
Uh-oh.
Time to slaughter someone.
That's a melter gun.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Me, if you insist, Lord Captain.
Doubt is for the weak.
That worked. Ba 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 ba. Move up.
I'm done with this one. Natural. Your reckoning is due. I feel the power surging. I'll put my psychic abilities to use. For the throne's glory. Let's see to it.
My turn.
I'm ready for whatever comes. I'll see to it personally. I refuse. Who, if not me?
Holy terror, smite your enemies.
I'll see to it personally.
Exploiters know one route. Forward.
Okay.
Here we go. Hold on.
Let's get to it. I'll do it.
Can't believe I missed that.
Cleanses the body. You will perish for this affront. No! These rookie flashes are choking me. Hear you moving, no more.
Combat servitor moving up. At least he's in the range of the tech priest now.
Let's get to it.
Inquisition sends their regards.
I
Ba
have
ba 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 ba. Ba ba
tactics.
ba 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 ba. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind just like stabbing him.
Intriguing.
can't be on this one.
Naturally.
And stab him in the buttocks.
It's as good as done.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
I'll talk to him personally.
Negligible. The Messiah knows all, comprehends all.
Not going to work. Alright, we'll line up.
The analysis successful.
Let's make it quick.
An unworthy serf. Faith without deeds is worthless. Each strike is a prayer.
Let's get to it.
Scared yet?
Only
Nope.
smite your enemies.
You will pay an even greater price. I understand your intent. If I must.
Yes, you must.
Here we go.
If I may. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Oh well, you'll do that anyway.
Get me a target. For the throne of glory.
Let's make some opportunities. On it.
Damage book. Running binary code function successfully terminated.
My soul belongs to the Infinity Circuit. In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. As the Emperor commands, I act. That is not the Emperor's will. Doubt is for the weak. This is why I was chosen. As the Emperor commands. On in.
Yeah, I know.
Vengeance will be.
No weakness is hidden from my sight.
Combat servitor, where are you going? Oh, melter. Oh, just like that.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Move up.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Alas, no.
Move up.
I'll see to it personally.
Switch back.
I will not.
Oh. Goddamn multi-melter.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
It's here.
I won't object to it. But of course, the Lord kept him.
I don't need luck. I have strategy. It's as good as done. Who if not me?
Reload.
I'll do it. I am not your pet monkey.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
I won't object to it. Let's see to it. Nothing stands against me. I won't do that.
Move in.
On it. Consider this a taste of what's to come. I'll see to it personally.
Bring it down.
For the throne's glory.
Do we have a shot? We do not.
Doubt is for the weak.
Do you have a shot, Xenos? Yes.
Serves your cause.
Yolet's usually dispassionate face is contorted grim of pain and rage. Yulet's gator activates when she begins speaking her language. I swear on Cain's raven heart, Malaran, you'll pay for your treachery. May Monarch Heg surrender your fate and cast it away, and may the blood of Eldenesh flood your throat. Oh well, who knew a tempest was raging beneath that unruffled surface? She closes her eyes, sucks her breath through her teeth, and quickly murmurs something, which overrides her face once again a mask of cool serenity. Please excuse me, Alantark. I allowed the turmoil in my soul to win out over my reason. A slip like it cost me more than you could ever imagine. My very soul. I must be careful even in the face of treachery. It's about time you told me what's going on here. I see no other path. You deserve the truth. We call ourselves the children of Assyrian. Eldari is another name of ourselves. We are the echoes of the great empire that once ruled the galaxy and created new worlds. The planet you call Janus is one such maiden world, the Lilithan, a haven that our ancestors made for their kin many millennia ago. Only the shadow of our predecessors lived among the ruins until you humans came here. We are their heirs. We are entirely within our rights to call the maiden world our own. However, our arrival is a tragedy, not a homecoming. We belonged to Clark world Kudaruk, which fell on the border of the star region. Only the providence of the most merciful God allowed us to escape a fate that befell those whose souls perished amidst the stardust along with our abode. Which border exactly? You don't need to know that, Iron Monkey. I am aware of your looting practices. After the calamity of the Lilithan offered my kin a sanctuary, a place of respite in the ruins of our ancestors, under the canopy of the forest created by the wisdom of our world singers, living along your side, your kind, who reap the fruits of our labour with such vulgarity. No, my path brought me to the Lilithan later, by another route. It was Muran who welcomed me here. He was one of the surviving Farseers of Kodrak. He was with a handful of Assyriani who escaped death and found the path here to the destroyed cradle of our kind. They were outraged when they saw how the monkey had ravaged our flourishing garden. How are your kin able to this uprising? The Assyrians do not enter battles we cannot win. However, it's our power to direct the currents and the elements themselves, wash obstacles and enemies from our path. So it was in this case, Muran the Farseer from Kodrak saw a future without the monkey, and we followed his lead. We simply used the monkey's passions against them, their love for freedom and anarchy, their love of domination and violence. Stroking the enmity between servants and rulers is easier when your targets are governed by emotion rather than reason. My kin became military advisors to the monkey who rose up against the ruler of this world. I had a different mission, to become Vicentia's handler, since the rebels would be unable to get to her until both sides were sufficiently weakened. The ruler and of the humans had never seen a child of a Scythian before, so she accepted the lie about a degenerate bunch of monkey dwelling far from their own kind. Now, why did your own kind attack you? I know not the answer to that question. Many cycles passed since I departed these forests with my kin. They cannot forget me, can they? When a handful of Xenos go to war against the whole planet, you can't kill everyone. You struggle to understand the children of Assyrian, and I do not blame you for that. We are too different. Monkey walked blindly into the future. We choose the path guided by our Farseers. Kodrak was the birthplace of the more powerful watchers of things to come. Our leaders were selected from among their ranks. Their word was set in stone, unshakable like the universe itself. Muran, our leader here, is one of that group, the children of Assyrian who are subject to his will, and he is subject to the will of his visions. Muran saw the Lilithan in a vision, suffering and crying out to be cleansed, as we did, everything we could to get rid of the maiden world of the monkey. Our lives, our desires, all as dust compared to the light of the path Muran has chosen for us. At least that's what my kin believe. I used to believe until very recently. Why are you telling me this? What's brought on this candor? Your arrival thrown my path into disarray and lifted the veil on the truth that had been hidden from me. While I was shadowing the human's ruler, I failed to see the signs that there was another threat looming over the Lilithan besides the monkey's deeds. The threat should be familiar to you. It's one of the other intelligent species in the galaxy. We call it Silantresh, she who thirsts, goddess of chaos. Silantresh, or she who thirsts, are the names the Eldar gave to the god Slanesh, their alter enemy. Slanesh is a god of passion, excess, forbidden pleasures, known for his fickle... His? Not quite sure on that one. Disfigurements, it seems you call these mutations, are subject signs of the threat. By mutating living forms, the malevolent power subjugates them and bends them to its will. You have seen the deformities in the faces of those who are closer to Lilithan's body than others. The rebels who hide under the canopy of these trees. The monkey are weak in spirit. They are susceptible to the propositions of she who thirsts, and they drive to attain her poison gifts. They perform perverse rituals in her name. Rituals require sacrifices, like the monkey who were brought to the palace and never seen again. The signs have been revealed to me. They indicate the presence of corruption on this world. Tendrils of corruption may be threading through the world spirit, poisoning it even as we speak. But for corruption to take hold of the planet so quickly requires effort. Effort directed by the will of another. I believe the Sensei Yayet is enthralled to the will of Slanesh. As lamented as may be, the Imperial system knows many cases where even the most steadfast warriors of the Greek could turn away from his light. Governor Vyet had to tap into many founts to turn Janus into a prosperous agro. Perhaps one of those founts became her undoing. Maybe she is. We'll have to find out. Perhaps the signs I uncovered have failed to convince you. I pray to the gods that other proofs, something more competitive, will emerge to sway your opinion. Xelanthesh is deceitful and cunning. She subtly penetrates the soul, offering false perfection, luring victims into a web of promises of a wicked ideal. The rule of the monkey perhaps doesn't even know her soul has been corrupted. Want to meet the leaders? We better keep moving. Yeah. Yeah, grab that, will you? Oh, melter gun. Very nice. Shuriken catapult. Eldari range armor, not bad. Flak armor. Other than that, it's all axes and chainmail. Up, over there. And that. Nice. Do you have anything good? Nah, not really. But if you guys can move over here. You guys can move here. If you guys can just grab that for me. Yeah. There, just an auto gun. Let's rally up in the middle. And we shall go grab that, and then What we got here? Another marksman's rifle. Not bad. So yeah, we are going to leave that there. So again, thank you very much for your time and for the minute. I've been Cappadocia. Signing off.